Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
So my question for you guys is, my mom asked me to help her plan for retirement. And in doing so, we met with a financial planner, and they advised her to sell some stocks that are actually in my dad's name in order to pay off her debt. And I'm not sure how to advise her because A, she'd have to, get my dad's approval on that. And B, she's never really stuck to a budget. So I'm afraid even if she pays it off in one fell swoop, that she'll just re-rack up the credit card debt rather than if she stuck to a budget and followed the baby steps and did a debt snowball.
I'm confused. What happened where your dad and mom don't live together?
Oh, no, they do.
Okay. So
my mom,
they're not his stocks then. They're their stocks.
Yeah.
They just happen to be in his name.
Considers it his.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. He considers it his retirement savings.
Yeah. I consider it his house he's living in, too.
I agree.
She's wanting to pay off. Kind of interesting how he chose to separate the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bogus. So what we should be doing, your mom and your dad, would be planning to retire together since they're freaking married.
I agree.
Okay. Instead of like, oh, this is mine and that's yours. That's so stupid because you're going to use it up either way.
Yep.
I assume when he dies, his stock will go to her.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Her house will go to him. Have they get married? No, they didn't get married late. They got you. So, no, that's, no. Okay.
Yeah, so, they're 10 years apart. So he got married late. She got married
early. Yeah. So I would suggest to this couple that they approach retirement holistically, that they should combine all of their assets and use those combined assets to create a combined picture of what retirement should look like and execute that. If I were doing that, I would sell his stock in about 20 seconds, her stock, their stock, and pay off their house. Yes, you should go into retirement with a paid-for house. Absolutely. And we should be on a budget together, and we decide on spending together. If we're not going to do that, I really can't advise you because you're already divorced. You just still happen to be living together.
Yeah, my mom's afraid to tell him about all the credit card debt she's racked up, honestly.
Yeah, and so now you're participating in her deception.
Yeah, I keep telling her to tell him because it's not my place to.
Yeah,
Mackenzie,
spot in their marriage.
Mackenzie, you got to tell your mom, hey, I got to get out of the middle of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that's the conversation to have because she's not interested in your help. She's interested in you being Thelma to her Louise, and this ends badly for everybody.
John, let me ask you this: would it be okay to help mom with courage? Because obviously mom is intimidated as crap by him.
Yeah, if he's abusive or unsafe,
or shamed,
heck yeah,
or something, would it be okay for her to sit in?
Yeah,
and say, I'm going to sit here with you while you tell Dad everything, and then I'm going to strongly suggest to the two of you that you start acting like you're married from this point forward and combine things and develop a picture of what the future looks like.
Yeah, but Mackenzie, I'm taking it from the way you talk that your dad still treats you like you're 12?
No, my dad's not really involved in the finances at all.
Okay.
Except for the part where he owns the stock and doesn't want anybody to have it.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not that. My mom's retirement is 10 times that.
Okay.
But my dad is super, super frugal and he doesn't pay attention to their finances. And my mom's more concerned about his mental health if he sees how much debt they have, that he might do something drastic for himself.
Like she thinks he's going to hurt himself?
Yeah.
Then she needs to call a professional ASAP because this ends poorly. He'll find out.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling her. I keep telling her that she just needs to be transparent.
Well, here's what she's done, though. She has placed an incredible burden on her daughter because now you have to act for the safety of your father. If that's a real, his self-harm is a real threat and not just something your mom is saying to put off having this conversation. If you believe that to be true, then you have to act on this on behalf of your father.
Do you believe that, or you think she's full of crap just because she's shamed?
I kind of think she's full of crap.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do too.
I think my dad would, have a...
I think he'd have a
not real
coronary,
heart
but I don't
attack,
think he'd be
but-
suicidal.
How much debt are we
Yeah.
talking?
Credit cards are like 127, and then student loans are 24.
Okay. And do they owe money on the mortgage, did you say?
They took a cash out refi back when the interest rates were low, so they owe 300 on their house.
Good Lord.
But
And
they
he
have about
knows
6%
that.
in equity.
He knows that. He signed for that. So how much is in her retirement?
So in her 401k, it's about 740,
Okay. And how much
And
is in his
then-
stock?
270.
Okay. All right. So they got $1 million that they can get to. I assume they're over 59.
My dad is, my mom's not.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Your mom is trying to handle the budget by herself. She is incapable of doing that for some reason or another. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
I think your dad helping her and working with her, and the two of them working as a team, have a much better chance of creating a sustainable environment for the next decade than her hiding things.
Agreed. I even tried to start showing my dad the Every Dollar budget app yesterday.
Yeah, you're on the track. You already knew what to do, didn't you? Okay, good. Yeah. So your job now is cheerleader for your mom to come clean, and then B, talk to your dad as forcefully as you can get away with, and is as profitable to everybody's going to combine everything, and we've got $1 million to pay off $400,000, $450,000 worth of debt, and we can move into retirement completely debt-free with $600,000. And, I don't know exactly when she's going to turn 59 or whatever. You got to work that part through. But I think you're on track there. I think your advice from that guy was incomplete because he was only looking at the balance sheet. He wasn't looking at the relationship. And I think we've got some relationship work to do that's more important than the balance sheet.
Agreed.
Just to reframe this for you, Mackenzie, what you just did was you walked into a room and realized your mom is having a pretty serious affair. And she looked at you and said, "Don't tell Dad."
Yeah, that's how it feels.
And she put you in a very unfair position. And so anytime somebody relationally puts me in an unfair position, I am going to do the next right, honest thing.
Yeah. And that's say, you have 24 hours to come clean or I'm going to do it for you.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you how I would handle this if this happened in my house. I would tell my mom, you got 24 hours, 48 hours. I'll do it with you. But we're going to have this conversation, or I'm going to have this conversation because I can't be your secret bearer. That's not my job.
Yeah. I'm not going to be part of your deception.
That's right.
And your shame and your other dysfunction. So I think Dad coming alongside, even though he's going to have a bust a vessel and working together with everybody and applying his frugality to the budgeting process, will keep another 127 in credit card from happening. This is The Ramsey Show. Create your free Every Dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.